I suppose this should be categorized as a homebrew portable, though it's not tube or transistor. It's actually a crystal set that I built about 8 years ago. Named it the Wyndcliffe, after the mansion which is crumbling in the Hudson Valley in New York. I'll go on ahead and let this fall down. It's a crystal set that I built using a bunch of spare items that I had in my junk box. Wanted to make something that looked, probably about 1920s vintage or so, and used extensive amounts of brass and vintage knobs. Does work. I don't have it hooked up here at this point. Just need to have an amplifier so everybody could hear it. But I just wanted to give some details on this. There, I hung it against the wall, make it a little easier to manipulate. The panel is actually a sheet of masonite, which I painted with gloss black paint. But you might notice, it may not show up here, the paint bubbled and made a pebbly effect, which I thought was rather unique. Fortunately, it did it all over. So I was thinking at one point I was going to do this all over again, but the more I looked at it, it turned out pretty nice by itself, so I just figured there's no sense in doing something over again that looks pretty half decent. All of these are vintage knobs, and they work just like the standard ones with the brass détentes, which were made with screws and such, and some brass sheet material. Over here on the side is, of course, your detector with the cat's whisker. Headphones go over here. Your antenna and ground over here. There's a bunch of little details I put in. Extra loading coils, rejector traps. I can't remember the entire circuit anymore. It's been too long since I've messed with it, but it was a fairly sensitive receiver. Probably could be even better had I put it up on a and connected it with a decent antenna, which I just don't have, unfortunately. And if anybody's wondering how I did these little labels, that's a material that's called Ibi foil. It's a gold foil that sticks to copy toner. You make your shape on the copier, and then you put this foil on top of it and run it through again, and it sticks. And this will be the final wide shot of the receiver. I decided to do the graphics of the card kind of like a Radiola 2, complete with the vintage drawing and such of the receiver in operation here. Tried to copy the same style that was done up here, and it does give basic instructions on how to operate it. One of these days I aim to reprint that on some more sturdy stock. That's just on standard paper. And there you have it, my one foray, or venture if you will, into the world of the crystal set.